United. Lloyd, a 3-0 defeat in the end at home to Chatham in the FA Cup. Very disappointing result for you. You can't have seen that coming today.
Well, you can see it coming in the respects of Chatham are a good side. They're a well-drilled side. They've been playing that way for a long period of time. So, you know, they've been together a long time. I know he's brought new players in, but they do what they do really well. Having said that, and we said at half-time, football's about moments. If you look back at our first half and you go, how many chances did they have and how many goals did they score? You'd argue that they had one chance and one mistake that we made that gifted a goal. And then just before half-time, we have a really good chance to nick a goal back. At half-time, we changed things. We changed our shape. And if I'm honest, until they scored their third goal, we were dominating, I thought, most of the possession. I thought we had good areas of possession up the pitch. And again, we had little opportunities to score that we would normally score. I'm not going to get into naming names. But I've said to the players in the dressing room, I don't want us to be down about our result. The result is disappointing. I completely get that. But overall, the performance for me, we made errors in the game. I think potentially, I don't want to say the occasion got the better of people, but it looked like it did. I had a bit of a pop at 3 or 4 people at half time. Not about their attitude, but about opting into a game that they normally would opt into, and they were choosing the easy route sometimes and not the difficult one. But I just said to him in there, I don't want to have that feeling that we had when we got beat by Faversham, because that wasn't the same, that performance. I want to be positive in the dressing room, which I was then. I want to be positive tomorrow morning with the team. I want to be positive when we turn up at Deal on Tuesday night, because that's our bread and butter. I made a joke in the dressing room that, the FA Cup, we're never going to win anything other than perhaps Gary wins things in the FA Cup, but we're not going to. What we really need to do is start performing in the league like we have been in the last 4 or 5 games. So I go back to sports people like Rory McIlroy, say, what makes him the best golfer in the world? He's got a really bad memory. He can forget his last bad shot and focus on positives. And that's what we've got to do for Tuesday night, because in that dressing room, we've got a lot of good players. They gave their all today, but we made some individual errors. I don't think we took our opportunities when sometimes we will do. And when you play teams in the league above, when they get the opportunities, they take them. Straightforward.
Yeah, and the Rains Park game, the Herne Bay game, we certainly were on the front foot and we pressed. There didn't seem to be a press today. Did we show them too much respect?
Well, I don't think we showed them too much respect. What Chatham do, they didn't disappoint us. We knew what they would do. They want to pass the ball across the back and then they want to kick it in the corners. I made you aware of that. So we had that plan, and we were quite happy at half time. Other than when you look at the first goal, it's a boot up the pitch. Our centre half does what you want him to do, which is make him go back. A good touch. We don't pick up a runner, which is very, very simple, very basic football. He goes through and scores a goal. So you go, where did that come from? Well, as a manager or a coach, you look at that and go, well, if he stays with his man, which he should do, that isn't a goal. So they didn't create loads. I don't look at, when you lose 3-0, and if they had loads of chances, you go, Tate's our man of the match. But he wasn't. How many saves did Tate? He made a great save at the end when he scrambled across the goal and made a great save. But he didn't have loads of saves to make today. No. And so I look at the 3-0. I think it flatters them slightly, but they were good for their win. Let's not hide from that. They're a good side, and I hope they go on and do well. I hope they do well in the league. They're a good club. They're a well supported club, but I'm not overly despondent about what we did today.
Okay, well, on to Tuesday night, not at Deal. Here on Tuesday night against Deal.
Did I say it was at Deal?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I know we're at home.
Yeah, massive game. We really need to get going in the league.
Well, it's a massive game, but let's not forget, Jez, it's only our 5th league game.
So
it's massive in one way, but we're not even into our league programme. I want to judge us after 10 games, but listen, I want us to bounce back with a thump on Tuesday and turn up here in a real positive attitude like we have had, like we had at Herne Bay. I'm hoping in the next week or 2 we get a few players back. There's a few warming up today. That will make a difference as well. It'll give the whole squad a boost. But I'm not despondent. I'm not despondent about our group. I don't stand here and go, well, we've got all the wrong players. I'm not going to make silly comments like we need more players. We don't. I'd have loved to have Rodney involved today, and I think he makes a difference in that sort of game with his craft. In the first half, I thought Jeff was brilliant. He caused them all sorts of problems down the right-hand side. but we just didn't click in the right areas, and you can't always do that. And when you don't do that, you've got to be really robust at the back. And I'm not talking about defenders; I'm talking about as a team. And that's where we sort of fell over a bit today. We gave them really cheap goals.
Yeah, well, great shame that we didn't perform as we know we can today, but we'll bounce back on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Good man. Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys.